Hey guys, are you ready to get certified? Look, I teamed up with VTI here in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is where we can do some courses to get you certified. What we're doing is we're trying to get you guys to come in and at least get certified for a 2G weld test in 2 days. So if you guys are interested, if you've already taken my course and you're interested, I would love to have you guys back. Now's the time to come and actually get certified. Right now, I'm gonna go in and get welding, so come on in and check it out. Today we're just going through some of the stuff with some of the guys that are here on what you're here for and what do you really want to do. There's enough of us here and enough guys that are instructors that if you guys are more like you want to learn how to stick weld, I mean, there's a few guys in here that very important that they're stick welders. And then there's probably a lot of you guys that want to work on your hot rods and you want to learn how to MIG weld good. We have plenty of help. So if you guys got a corner, you're having a problem, we're here to try to fight for what you want. We want you guys to get what you want out of this course, and that's why you're here. If you're having trouble setting your machine up, if you want to just MIG weld and that's all you want to do, we can do it. If you don't want to mess with stick, don't worry about it. I don't want you to waste your time being frustrated while you're here on something you don't want to do, because stick is frustrating. You've never done it before, and I don't want to torture you through it. I'd like you to try it if you can. But if it's not your thing, these guys here that are in the world of repairing and fixing things, I think everybody, all you guys need to know stick, you know? But if there's a area that you're having struggles in and you want to learn, like I said, we got plenty of help here today. I'm gonna go through a few things. I'm gonna try to break down this machine a little bit. We're gonna talk about a couple of things. If you guys have any questions, just ask me. If I don't know, believe me, somebody in here is gonna know, so we can get through it. Yeah, good table. Keep your workspace clean, organized, and where you feel good about what you're doing. I hate it. If I'm building something and it's clutter everywhere, it just puts me in it's just a shitty environment. The more clean you are, because like working on like a rat rod or something, you're on the floor, you're crawling around, and you don't want to be crawling in a bunch of shit, you know what I mean? You want it to be nice and clean. This is a 1/8" piece of material, 16 gauge. You can kind of see the difference. 18 gauge is usually about what you would do for like panels in your hot rod. If you're doing floor pans and you want to bead roll floor pans in your hot rod, it's usually about 18 gauge. 16 is a little thick, but this would be fun to TIG weld right here. This is good stuff. We'll do a little bit of this, but most of it's going to be probably 1/8" on a lot of our welding. So what we're going to be doing is a T-joint like that, and then we're going to be doing lap joints, and then we'll probably do a butt joint. And on our butt joints, the main thing, like if you have a piece of plate and you need to join them, when you put them right together and you try to weld them, your weld, like if these were just like this and I welded this, your weld literally stays on top. You want to have enough gap to penetrate down through there so you get full penetration through your plate. If you have a little bit of a gap here, you want that metal to go in between them and basically glue it together. So we'll go over those together here when we get going on it. Okay, it's day one here at the Steve Darnell Welding School at VTI. We've got 12 students in here right now. We're welding. We've already came in and went through all of the terminology this morning, and we didn't waste no time. We have till tomorrow night before we're done to make sure that these guys are MIG welding and stick welding by the time we leave. So far, we're doing really good. We have our senior citizens in this booth that are actually welding pretty damn good and having a great day today. It's a lot of fun down here with a bunch of cool guys. We're enjoying it. So if you guys are interested, sign up, come to VTI, to the Steve Darnell Welding School, and have some fun. I just want to make sure that you guys know that you're in the right place. We want to make sure that
senior citizen home.
We just want to make sure you guys are in the right place so you don't get lost. This is your booth all for the next 2 days.
You gotta put in parking for the walkers.
Handicap sign. All right, guys, here we are at the VTI Welding School today. We got our seniors in here. See that? We don't care if you're a senior citizen, come. We got them from seniors all the way down to 20-year-old kids in here kicking some ass. So make sure you guys come down, join up for the course. We'll see you out here. Oh, damn. And it's a nice day. Hell yeah, these are sweeties. What body is it? Is it a 27?
24.
24?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Otherwise, it's just a mishmash of parts.
But see, like this little car right here, we could build this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a cool little,
Yeah, you find the
this
bucket.
is cool.
Yeah.
I probably even have one of these in my yard. Yeah, see, this would be fun doing if you did a course, say we had 2 weeks to teach them how to build a chassis and do this. Like we could put this whole car together in 2 weeks. That's right, that's what you want. Sounds good. Yeah, it looks cool. It's a cool little car. You've had this since 2007? Yeah, that's fun, dude. That's a cool little hot rod. This thing's cool too. I love that big motor in there. What is it out of, the straight 8? It's not an actual Lyman T motor, is it? Because of the Pontiac. Yeah, I've looked at this one a few times. We looked at this one when we all went to Pomona. Oh, we're gonna put a straight 8 in it? Let's cut the frame and extend it.
Yeah.
It turned out cool. I bet his wife loves driving with him over here. Wah. Yeah, I love the Diamond T's. They're so cool. We all have a love for these. They're so cool. They already look chopped. They're just sweet looking truck. This is a cool little rat rod though. I like those tires.
Oh yeah.
How do these roll down the highway? Good? Are they radials?
Yeah.
Those are sweet. I'll bet those weren't cheap. Yeah, they look good. You want it right here?
Yes, sir.
That's a U.
Oh yeah. Thank you,
Little
Steve.
welder up on there. Hell yeah, brother. This is cool. Fire in the hole.
666.
Nice. Sounds a little rowdy. I really like those. Those tires are cool as shit. Oh yeah, well I'll probably have to start bringing me a rat rod down there so we can all go cruising. Yeah, everybody here? I think everybody did really good today. Everybody, especially you guys that are actually using it for work and what you're going to, that's what we're trying to help you with. So you can strike an arc and weld. You know, of course there's a lot of different rods and thicknesses and things like that, but what your fundamental, the thing you need to do is get started on how to strike an arc. Even if you've done it before, it's still a pain in the ass. Cool. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Let's do it again tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. This is my first one here at the school, so it's good to have you here. Hopefully I get some of you guys back for the TIG class. If you guys want to come back for TIG welding, then we'll just TIG weld for 2 days straight.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys coming, man. This was fun. Well, it's been a good day. We had obviously a bunch of rat rodders here today, brushing up on their welding skills. It was so much fun. What a cool bunch of guys out here. A lot of the 5150 car guys with their rat rods. Man, we're gonna keep doing it here. They had a lot of fun, so come join us. Them old guys are having so much damn fun. I love it. See, rat rods are for everybody, you know?
But this right here is just what happens when you expose metal that's screaming hot to the atmosphere. So this, in theory, is like an impurity, the whole outside. So when you're trying to make a clean weld, yes, a lot of times you can burn through this. But if you're really trying to make a clean weld, you want to sand and grind and prep all of this stuff off of it, because it's it's a layer you have to burn through to get a good weld in. And when you first start your weld, it's always colder than when you finish. So if you start and you're not hot enough on something like this, you're not even going to penetrate. Like mill scale will straight up keep you from penetrating through it. And so you always want to make sure you sand this and prep this. And you'll see when we start messing with stuff, when we start sanding this down, it'll get shiny. Like this layer will come off. And you could see it when he was running with that torch. It started chipping off in a couple spots and flaking. That's all junk that we don't want in there. 15% of welding is actually welding. 75% of it's got to be prep. And then another huge chunk is positioning. You will never, I don't give a shit how good of a welder you are, make a good weld that you're happy with unless you're comfortable while you're making it. And the problem with welding is 98% of the time, it's almost impossible to get comfortable. More so than learning how to weld, you need to learn how to be comfortable before you even pull the trigger on it. You got to learn how to, because same thing as writing. Like how easy would it be to sit here and write a paper without touching or being posted on anything? That's why at school when you're on your desk, you write like this, and that's how you be stable and accurate. And it's the same way with welding, because you can't be floating. If you're floating, you're going to be jumping, moving, losing your balance, especially when you kick that hood down. It's like closing your eyes. As soon as you close your eyes, you'll start to sway. It's the same thing. You throw that hood down, you don't have no depth perception. So you want to be like locked in the best as possible. I mean, like, it's worth it to strap yourself to something if you have to get comfortable. There's been times where I've had to stand on something and weld right here, and there's nothing I can hold on to. I'll take a ratchet strap and wrap it around myself to something so I have something to lean against, so I can sit still the whole time and weld. Like that, you'll never ever get a good weld if you're not comfortable.
Yeah, and you can always, like at your home, even if you're you know, you can take like this piece right here and put your arm on it. You know, maybe that helps. Anything that can help you get in position, because there's no cheating. At the end of the day, it's like, what did you deliver here? I don't care what happened out there. Because when you pull that hood down, it's you and that puddle. And what is going to make it the best? Because there's no cheating, really.
Guarantee it. So right here, you see that little nugget on there? That's where I was telling you to stock up because I was watching. In the back of your cup was literally dragging the puddle with it. It was in the puddle dragging it. And as soon as I told you to back up, that's where it was. You left some shit behind. Yeah, dude, that's in there. Watch. You achieved the goal. But the test we're doing, we're going to grind that out and lay another weld on top of that side as well. This is how this test works.
Flawless. Can you see the weld? See the edge? Edge of the weld? Edge of the weld. See, you can't fake the bend test. You can always see it.
Well, I didn't love it.
See it?
Yep.
Flawless. Okay, so this is the way it works. Any infraction over 1/8 of an inch is a foul. All of your infractions added up out of both coupons, if it's over 3/8, is a fail. You have 0. It doesn't get any better than this. All right.
Primo.
Way to go.
Told you were ready. I told you were ready
to go.
My name is Travis Nez, and I'm from the Navajo Reservation. So my name is Audrey. I'm from Georgia, Savannah area.
My name's Tyler.
My name is Mike. I'm Tyler's dad. We're from Riverside, California.
My name is Javier Sandoval. I'm from Virginia originally.
Give us one word to describe your experience here.
There's just not one word. 2 words, excuse my language, but it was fucking amazing. I got here and they're like, oh, Steve Darnell's holding the class. I was like, holy shit, are you serious? And I was like, I gotta go.
Steve has been really cool. He's answered all questions that I've got perfectly, and he's also run some demos for me as well, teaching me how to do MIG, really.
He's great. I love him. He's funny, and he knows what he's doing. So it was great to follow him and learn what he has to offer, and I really appreciate him for that.
Oh, it was lots of fun. Like, he kept it entertaining, but he gave us some of his pointers that like our instructors didn't have, so it's a different point of view that I had.
The instructors are extremely knowledgeable. You can come to them with anything and they'll answer, and they'll do demos for you as well, which is really cool because I'm a hands-on visual learner type, and I can't just read a book and do it. I had to have someone show me, and they're really good at that.
The amount of like knowledge that I've gained this day and like not even a day and a half is just like, it's mind-blowing. It's amazing.
So I've been here at VTI for 4 days. 5 of us, Chase, Cash, Jody and Cole, and me, myself, and we had 12 students, and we worked them hard in here. We did over 20 certifications in 2 days. So if you guys are really interested in getting certified and want to come and put your skills to the test, whether you're highly experienced and just want to get your certifications, come to this course, please. If you're a beginner, you've never struck an arc or ever ran a MIG welder or nothing, please hit us up. We will get you from 0 to something, please believe me, by the end of the 2 days. So we'll see you here. Thanks, it's been a great time. I'm gonna go home and get some sleep. I'll see you later.